What if you could defeat Croesus but completely AFK? Well, I did exactly that, and I'll explain how you can too. But first, why did I even bother solving this? This is Die to Zuck, my proactively named hardcore Ironman. Over 1 year ago, I started this account with the goal of achieving the lowest combat Zuck cape possible on a hardcore account. No trading, no dying, but anything else goes. And that journey starts here, today, with Croesus.
This is only the start, only the start, only the start.
Now, I'll be honest, if we did this on a main account, it wouldn't be that difficult. Sure, it's hard, but the grinds, the unlocks, the risks, it's not the same, and that's why I am so excited about this series. We're going to need to come up with some super crafty methods in order to pull this off. Each episode will highlight a unique method or challenge that is not widely known in the game, creating a really interesting path to get this cape. In addition, for every sub, every like, and every comment during the series, I will be adding a GP to a pool for another insane challenge that's to come after. The first thing we need to do on this account is get cash. The Blood Pact quest gives you access to the catacombs below Lumbridge, but there's a secret reward mid-quest that almost no one knows about. Xenia provides you with a bronze dagger to fight the first enemy if you don't have any melee weapons on you. If you drop the dagger she provides, you can get another from her indefinitely. These daggers sell to the general store for 50 GP each. That's over 1k per inventory on a brand new Iron account without gaining any combat XP. This is important because I cannot block hit points XP. Alright, we've got about 10k now. It's not much, but it will be a huge boost as we start on the account. We'll also just double that by grabbing some fancy boots in the Barbarian Village. Obviously, we need methods better than these daggers because we need a lot of gold, primarily for shop runs to get runes at the start, and then as we level up, we'll need to buy extra lives and traveling merchant items. What I want to try next is Croesus. Croesus is one of the most Ironman friendly bosses in the game. It drops tons of gold, tons of skilling supplies, and it's a safe death. It can't get any better for my account. In particular, I want to get the coin, salvage, or onyx dust drops. These are common loots that give me 100 to 300k cash each. A single one of these drops will set me up for the next week. I also have a 1 in 5,000 chance of getting a big book drop, which would be absolutely massive this early on in the account. I'm super low level right now, so it will be impossible to find a group, but I can hop into public instances on World 68 and mass with other people. The drops won't be as good, but I should be able to get a few kills and hopefully grab some coins. I did not anticipate how hard this would be on a low level account. If I make a single mistake, I die. If someone else runs into me and gets attacked, I die. If a slime so much as breathes on me, I die. And to add insult to injury, I can hardly gather any resources at all or damage the core with my stats. I also don't have restores because I can't just buy them on the GE, and the only shop that offers them is locked behind Nemi Forest, which I don't want to risk at this stage on the account. You need to contribute at least 20 points to get a drop roll at Croesus. The only way I get close to that is by removing the energy fungus, which gives 5 points per tick. If I get frozen here, it's game over for that kill. Honestly, I shouldn't complain. I'm 100 total levels, so it's understandable that perhaps this boss shouldn't be accessible to brand new players, and I did get a few drops, so let's see how we did. Alright, that's actually huge. We are set on GP for now. I'm going to level up a few skills in the meantime while I come up with a better method to do this boss, because currently I'm getting under 5 kills per hour, and that is just not sustainable. I can block combat XP in Lumbridge, so I don't level up too fast, but there is one catch. You can't block XP and hit points, so the more monsters I kill on my way to Zuck, the higher my combat level will be. I want to keep my combat as low as possible, so I need to make really careful decisions about what I attack, what drops I go for, and how much risk I'm willing to take on the account. The archaeology tutorial sets me up with an extra 500 life points, which is a nice safety shield while I'm first starting off.
I'm planning to keep defense at level 1, so relics are going to be very important for our methods later on. A great way to level up for Croesus while also making money is questing. Every 25 quest points will get a magical die that gives 250k or more coins and some clue items. These clue items will be very helpful later on in the account. I doubt I'd die during a quest, but I guess if there's some teleport restriction or mechanic I don't know about that could get me. Oof, speaking of which, there goes Dragon VXI. That's the thing with early game hardcores, stuff hits hard when you least expect it. That is Death Plateau complete. We'll polish off 5 agility for Surge and Escape. I want to train agility up to 30 just so run energy isn't a big issue anymore, and then we'll start our Croesus research. I have done some agility research and discovered a non-traditional training method that will get me there a lot faster than traditional courses. Alright, there we are at level 5. Surge and Escape are unlocked. Next, we need to do Priest of Peril to get into Mauritania. I'll destroy the prayer lamp to keep my combat low. I may end up needing 43 prayer, but we'll save that for later. This school is all that's between us and Mauritania. It's kind of high combat, but it looks like he just safe spotted himself for us, so that is very convenient. I'm going to travel to Nature's Grotto in the middle of the Mauritania swamp. I'm not gonna lie, I am highly concerned about the gas population here. I could send my main ahead to clean it out, but I think we just end it. Okay, false alarm, we need to start one more quest. That should be perfect. Okay, here we go. I know in my head this should be totally fine. I've calculated out there is 0 chance that gas are going to use up all my food. But I have this memory from my childhood where I was searching through the Mauritania swamp, as one does at 10 years old, looking for green salamanders to become a millionaire. Somehow I ended up in a vampire-infested area, got piled, tried to eat the rotted food in my inventory, and spawned in Lumbridge moments later. There's also a mechanic called Swamp Decay that slowly saps your life points in the swamp, even if you're not getting attacked. I haven't tested it, so it will be nice to have some extra food left over just in case I need to heal up. Okay, we made it. I can breathe again. The reason we are here is for the bridge. The bridge into the grotto gives 15 agility XP each time you cross it. It doesn't sound like much, but that actually comes out to over 20k XP per hour, which is really good at low levels. If we position our camera just right, we can put our mouse onto this one spot and just click here without ever moving it to jump back and forth. This makes this very low effort. But then at level 18, I made a big mistake. I know about another shortcut, the Watchtower shortcut, which used to be a meta for agility training at low levels. Basically, you'd climb up the wall, then run down a ladder and climb up again. I'm getting 30 XP per shortcut instead of 15, which is a big jump, but it's taking us so long to run back. This definitely isn't worth it, but we're close enough to 25 and I don't want to brave the swamp again. At level 25 agility, we can do the Grand Tree quest to get our final agility levels. And that is 25 agility all done. Okay, that should be enough for the Grand Tree, which will be the next quest that we do. The last part of the Grand Tree requires me to defeat a level 98 Black Demon, which would be impossible for me at level 26 combat, but there is a safe spot in the boss room I can use. My only concern is if the demon uses magic instead of melee now, because I know they changed regular Black Demons to use magic attacks, but they probably forgot about this boss. Alright, here we go. I thought there were rocks on the wall that I could hide behind? Okay, never mind. There's a safe spot. We are good. Hi, QP here. Let's rewind that quickly. I was not, in fact, good. You'll see the demon hits a 517 on me and then follows up with a 481. I did not do my research properly before the boss fight, and it turns out the demons can hit over 1k per swipe. If I did not have the archaeology relic on for extra life points, there was a very high chance I would have died here. I cannot afford to make a mistake like this again. I did this quest before the combat hit chance rework, so you'll see I am splashing non-stop on this boss, but I'm so glad they reworked hit chance. Fight actually took me over 5 minutes to finish, but we are good now and this quest is complete. 30 agility is unlocked. While doing some catch and release fishing, I was also doing research at Croesus. The way the boss works in groups is that he targets a random selection of players with attacks, so oftentimes you don't have anything to worry about. But the problem on my account is if a bad attack hits my character, it's game over. I can't use freedom or anticipation because I'm level 1 defense. I don't have restores. I need some way to reliably dodge every single attack over the course of a 5 or 6 minute kill while still getting enough points to actually get drops. Something I found in the past is that boundaries of boss fights are not always as well mapped as you'd think. For example, during the fight with Raziel, you can stand against the energy wall to avoid his ghost attack, and once he hops on the stage, you can run all the way to the other end of the arena to avoid every single attack. Osseous and Vorkith both had similar safe spots on release. I checked the perimeter of the Croesus instance and got attacked everywhere I looked. It was not looking good. I also tried some of the inner walls, but again got attacked there. But then I thought back to Raziel with the energy barrier walls. There are 2 walls like that in the Croesus instance, and they don't appear until the fight starts. Standing against the wall doesn't prevent attacks, but what if we stood inside of them? I'm going to try standing on a square that the wall appears on when the fight starts, and just see what happens. Okay, that is interesting. Let's see if any attack hits me here. It's been a few minutes now and I have not been hit by a single attack. Clearly this area is safe, but can I actually leave it? Alright, moment of truth. Can I actually leave this area? No way. No way. I can't believe they overlooked that. That's crazy. That's been in the game for like a few years now, at least. Wow, that is huge. That changes everything. This grind is about to get a lot easier. What I'm gonna do is leave Died to Zuck on the barrier and then support the public instance on my main. Right before the energy fungus, I'll run in to harvest the middle while avoiding it on my main to keep things fair for other people so they don't lose points. At that point, the public lobby should be ready to praise statues and harvest the core, but that's not always the case. If that happens, my skills are high enough now that I can survive decently, especially with the added time from the safe spot where my stats can restore on their own. It's really interesting watching the games from the lobby area. I've noticed there are 3 different groups of people. First, you have noobs who have no clue what's happening. They are probably getting less kills per hour than my level 1 all stats Ironman was. Then you have these silent chads who secretly carry the whole kill. They show up, turn off their trim comp cape override, and build 50% of the statues solo. Finally, you have a group of very vocal mid-level players who kind of understand the boss, but don't really, and are quite focused on telling other people what they're doing wrong. For example, insisting on making all the statues before praying, even though 3 is actually enough to get a kill. Despite all of this, I have to say the public Croesus encounter is a really awesome place in-game. I saw so many players jumping to answer questions for noobs, tons of players wishing each other good luck on drops, and just overall really friendly conversation. Sadly, I am creeping up on 100 kills, so it's going to come to an end for me soon. I have other important grinds I need to focus on, but first, let's see what we have in our chest. I'm hoping for some gems, some coins, maybe a Bic book, who knows. Honestly, no matter what I get, it's going to be instrumental for me at this stage on the account. Ooh, this is such a good chest. We've got cash, some salvage, got onyx dust there. Even those Hydrix bolt tips will alch for a decent amount. Also, just a bunch of uncut gems, which will save me some time later. I do need a lot more money later on, but this is perfect for our first big challenge on the account. The first big challenge for this account will be taking on the fight caves and defeating Jad. I can pretty much AFK this on my main, but I want to take this on with super low combat stats and no poison cheesing. That does mean I'll get some Constitution XP, but waiting until level 101 Herblore to make poison bombs feels wrong. We need to do this properly, staff in hand, purple sweets in inventory, and protection prayers not unlocked. I'm not sure if it's possible, but I know a huge stack of purple sweets is certainly not possible, and tick eating doesn't work in RuneScape 3, but I have an alternative plan. We will be navigating safe spots throughout the arena to take on monsters one by one while guzzling a massive stack of minnows. Minnows allow me to complete 3 goals at once. First, I unlock the Fishing Guild for merchant stock. Second, I get gathering levels to help with Croesus, and finally, they serve as my purple sweet stack in the fight caves. Hopefully that should be enough to keep us alive. The first 40 fishing levels were a breeze with feathers in the barbarian village. I took a moment to finish off the fishing contest quest, and then I AFK'd at the 2023 beach event to get into the Fishing Guild. I then went back to Croesus for a bit to try out the new levels, and it felt a lot better, and that got me 70 fishing. Minnows are great, but they won't be nearly enough against Jad at level 28. I don't have protection prayers or poison. I am a snack, a Lumbridge goblin to Jad. A single connecting hit and it's game over for this account. I may not even have time to throw a death touch dart. I need to discover new tech before I can begin this fight. I have a few ideas, but they have never been tried by anyone in RuneScape before. One slip up, one mistake, and it could all be over.